up guys, I'm pedebeats, and after this video you will make the hardest beats like Pyrex Whippa. It's going to be really easy, so let's get into it. So I just loaded up FL, and the first thing that you need is to find an instrument like a guitar, a koto or something like that with some strings. But for this time I want to change it up, so I'm going to open labs, and here we have this mini that sounds insane. But if you bring the velocity to the max, it's going to sound different. Yeah, I love that sound, man. Okay, so we're working in C# minor, so the first thing that we need to do is create a chord. So now I want to make it sound a little bit more realistic by strumming the notes. We can do something like this. Yeah. Okay, and then maybe we can add some notes here. Okay, I like that. Let's try to copy this over. Ooh. Ooh, that's fire. Okay, so now we can do some different things. Like for example, we could just copy this over, and instead of using the C minor scale, we could just use the minor harmonic. That is basically the same, but we can use also this B. It's only one semitone down from the root note, and this is creating a lot of tension. So we could just adapt the chord and do something like this. Yeah, this sounds insane. But honestly, I wanted to make something more hard, and we can just copy this over. And maybe here we could just go up to the fourth note of the scale, and as you can see, we can use the same notes because they are already in the scale. That's fire. Yeah, let's stick with this. Okay, I really like this, but now we need to add some effects to make it sound better. First of all, I want to add an EQ to remove some bad frequencies. Like this really high end. Then we can add a stereo shaper with the Stereo 3 preset to make the sound of it more wide. And I want to add some reverb too. Let's use this one from Savari Pedals. Yeah, that's fire. And let's add also this Fox Echo that is adding a chorus and some delay. So now, to be more organized, we can try to render this. In this way we can also check if it's going to sound good in the lower octave. Ooh, that's fire. Okay, now this sounds really good, but it sounds kinda empty, and we could add a pad under it to make it sound more full. So I'm just going to open Analog Lab, and I will go in my Phoenix bank, and I want to find a pad that is kinda static and sits well in the background. So I think the pad 20 can work. Yeah, let's try to use it. But let's try to lower a lot the volume of it. And here the trick to make it sound more in the background is just to add an EQ and select the frequencies that we want to keep. Okay, and we can add also some reverb. Ooh, in this sharp sounds crazy. Okay, that's fire, man, and we have a really good foundation, but in this type of beats you want to add some ethnic instruments like flutes, violins, vocals and all that stuff. So here in my Phoenix bank I have a lot of flute phrases, but I want to create one from scratch so I can show the process to you. I like to use the flute tree. Ooh. So as you can see, to make this melody I'm using a really simple strategy where I just play some notes and see if they sound good, but now we can add some other notes that are going to transition from one to another. Ooh. Let's bend this a bit on the right, on the left. Also reverb. Let's try to add a tape machine VST on this. Yeah, I like that sound. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Let's try to add a bass too on this so we can hear how the intro is going to sound like. I love to use this bass too, man. Now here we can add also some other notes, again as a transition. Okay, let's make this MIDI more interesting by just duplicating them one octave up. Since we duplicated the bass, we need to remove some of the low end. And maybe here we can add a slide too. Yeah. Man, we need to add a choir on this. So I'm just going to open this epic choir. Let's use this one. Now I don't think in this case we need to follow the main progression, so... Yeah, something like this can work. Let's bend them on the right. Let's add an EQ also here. Yeah, that's crazy, man. These sounds are really kind of full, but I want to try to add also a vocal phrase on this. Let's try these Eastern vibes. Oh, and by the way guys, the Phoenix Melody Production Suite is an insane kit, perfect to make this type of beats, with a lot of real instrument phrases, but also scenes, accents and everything you need, man. So if you want to check it out, the link is in the description. Man, that's crazy! Let's hear the drop. Yeah, man, we need to arrange this. And we can start by building the intro. So let's start with the main melody, the bass, and maybe also the choir. Oh no, let's use the vocal. And hear the drop. Okay. So now let's make this unique and pitch it down 9 semitones, so it's going to be the octave lower, and maybe you can bring in the flute. Okay, then in the verse, we can just have the main melody without the pad, so it's going to sound more empty and perfect for the verse. And then here we can bring the choir. Yeah, perfect. Now it's time to add some drums on this, man. So we go in the Cosmic Drum Kit and let's start with a clap. Yeah, something like this can work. Yeah, let's add some variation. Then let's add the hi-hats. But I want to make them a bit shorter, so we can increase the sample start. Now in 2-step sounds fire, but in these beats you want to make something more bouncy, so my advice is just to delete everything and do them manually. Now we can click Alt Tab to randomize the pen and the velocity. And here at the end we can use triplets. Triplets always sounds good in this type of beats, man. And maybe in the lower octave we can have 3 hits like this. Okay. Let's add the hat. This one is crazy. The hat is really important to create bounce and add some energy to your beat. So if you want to obtain that classic hardness that we have in these beats, you want to follow the 808 with the hat. So I'm going to add a hit at the start. Yeah, something simple like this. Then we can click Alt R also here. Now the next instrument that you want to use in this type of beats is the snare. And at the end let's add another roll, again in triplets. Okay. Now if we want we could also add some other drums. I like to add a triangle sometimes. Maybe here with the clap. Just to add some more bounce, you know. And now it's time for the 808, man. So in this type of beats you want to use the spins, or the Z also works really good. So I want to start with the spins. Yeah, we can keep it simple like this because in this way the artist will find easier to hop on this, but here at the end we can go crazy. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, remember to drop a sub, like and comment, and check out this video if you need a masterclass on dark melodies.